Hi everyone, I just decided to make a video because I went to travel. I actually went for food, actually got a bit more. And I also trying to find a place where could I find co-work because this is the only thing I need. I really do not know what to do. This place is pretty beautiful. I'm actually considering to make a house here because my castle is quite far. It's somewhere there. And I think that this place is actually pretty beautiful. Oh, those ducks. I'm so happy that these ducks are not smart. I'm so happy. I really like this fact because they really allowing you to get some food. I'm sorry, Ducky. I'm so sorry. But I need your meat. Wow. Hello? I'm not gonna try to kill him. I actually can show you something interesting as well after this thing, after this encounter. Mr. Bear, please tell me, have you ever found a cobra? Please tell me. Maybe you know this. What's up? What have you been up to? How is your life? Do you like this weather? Okay. What are you doing? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna disturb you. I'm sorry. I'm just searching for Coho block. Maybe it's here. Well, of course not. I just need to mine. I know. I actually made a couple of these pickaxes. Like, literally back to school, so to speak. Back to... Oh no. Back to Stone Age. This place is really beautiful. I really like. It reminds me some ravines. I actually like ravines in reality because in the place where I lived before, there was a ravine, and I have spent there like childhood, and not only childhood. I mean, I'm lifelong child even now. But this is so beautiful actually. Wow, I'm really gonna make some house here. I remember this place. I remember how to get here, and I will return here. So basically I killed like decent amount of ducks, and that was hilarious, really. That was hilarious. This thing has helped me a lot. This thing is incredible. And literally, I killed one duck literally by shovel. Like, can you imagine that? That duck just stuck, and I smashed her. Oh my goodness, this is so cruel, but that was hilarious, honestly. I've been laughing. I didn't expect that I will do that. I killed a bird with a shovel. I mean, that bird didn't even stuck, like, it just have been sitting on a ground and kind of been trying to fly, but didn't. I have seen some fish here, and they've been jumping out of water. Really, I'm promise you, that was beautiful. And not only that, but some of the fishes of fish has been pretty large, like larger than usually, and they've been jumping out of water. That was so beautiful. But now I don't see any. Yes, there we go. This spear is wonderful. I really enjoy it. Well, I guess I got enough. Enough. Really. Where's another one? Only... Oh, okay. I actually deposited some of these at home. Fortunately, I'm not freezing. This place is large. Wow, this is like a large river. Really large. And there's no fish. I'm not sure will I settle in here or not, but I think I could make a little place here for living. But I really need to do something with my search. Maybe I could try to reach those mountains, but I cannot climb them, obviously, right now. I do not see any graves. I could travel a bit more, but I already reached quite a distant place. Well, we actually can travel in a different place, because I know that there is actually another desert near that one which I found before. Not that far, actually. And maybe I could find some graves there, and maybe there's a chance that I will find a coal block. Although, before... Oh, look at that. What is going on with that duck? That duck literally has changed the physics. Oh, wait. Is that a wind? Look at that. It blows me. Is that a wind? Wow, I never seen it before. I can't believe it. Look at those trees. I thought there are some logs, but no. There's a literal mechanical wind. I cannot believe. This is why this mod is kind of like very loading on my laptop. Because there's so many mechanics. And this is why that duck like swing of I forgot all the words. I mean, it's a kind of flight or flew in it, like backwards. I just forgot some of the irregular verbs. Like fly, flew, flown, if I'm not mistaken. Flew. That duck flew. Wow. There's a mechanical wind. I see that for the first time. Oh, zebras. Please do not fly. Please do not fly away. I know it's windy, but please resist. Look at that. Is that blows them? It's hilarious. I mean, they're running and it blows, and they're running faster. Hello? Wow, their speed is just astonishing. Let's run together. Also, I'm afraid that I will lose my house now. This mod requires like such a powerful PC. Even my powerful laptop, well, pretty powerful, is like heating a bit. I can't believe. Like, how many mechanics in this mod? Really? I'm actually curious, what is the future of this mod? Like, those guys are still updating it, which is very surprising. Like, this is really interesting. And what is the future of this mod? Like, what else can they add here? I honestly would love to see more animals, and especially elephants. Really, this is like my dream. And not only elephants, but like large elephants. And also rideable. What do you think about this wind, please? This is crazy. Where is the direction of my castle? I see you. I should admit, yes, my laptop is not that young and not that strong, but my laptop is pretty strong. I'm proud of my laptop, and it's still difficult. I think that this weather is so difficult on my laptop, for my laptop. It's even hard to move. Look at that. Yes, I guess it requires like such a power for your laptop. It's really difficult for processor, I guess. Wow. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Wow, look at this place. Oh my goodness, it's unbelievable. I'm sorry, what are you doing? Look at the speed, it's unbelievable. Like, how on earth are you doing that? You're like a torpedo in water. Um, is it supposed to be that way? Look at that speed, it's ridiculous in my opinion. It's ridiculous. That was like a torpedo. But these ways are wonderful. Um, oh, this is hilarious. Oh no. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that I see it. It's unbelievable. Look at that. How is it possible? I would never imagine that such things exist. Wow. Oh, there's that cobblestone. And I'm freezing. Oh no, it's really bad. And I don't think that my campfire is gonna function now. I'm pretty much sure that it's gonna not gonna be functioning. I cannot believe. Okay, I'm not dying. I really now need to touch water now. Some animals, like their speed is really surprising for me. But this thing, it's just unbelievable, really. I can't believe. How is it possible? How can I get home? Oh no, I'm afraid.
Until we embrace that piece. It's kind of a little bit of what you're saying.
Yeah. And I love the consistency theme and also the discipline. And yes, I think you're naming something real and important. And there's a delicate calculus that ranges between kind of letting go and discipline. And each person, I think, falls at a different point in this continuum. And what works for one person may not work for another. You know, with regard to meditation, I always say that what's best for one person isn't necessarily what's best for others. And we have to discover what works for us. You know, what we do know is that in terms of meditation, that consistency is really important.
You know, I was never a particularly good athlete or bad athlete, but I've just been really
So guys, thank you so much for watching. Just let's spend a little bit time off with Andrew Huberman. And again, thank you so much for spending time with me.
The person among your peers. Not that it's competitive where everyone else seems to have quit, and they're talking about how much this hurts and that hurts, and you're like, and all that you really had to do is just kind of keep going. And
What
I
are you doing
sometimes
here,
think of
guys?
people that are max intensity and they, it's like gold medal or bust. They're always the
Wow.
ones, or often the ones that we don't hear from anymore. They're like gone.
Burnout.
Yeah, so I love the examples of the Dalai Lama and the Michael Jordans of every domain, but I don't know. I mean, I'm more interested in being the person that at 50, 60, I mean, you're in your mid 70s, you look incredible, you're super vital, cognitively sharp, you're in shape, you're excited about life, you're not afraid of death. Clearly you're onto something, so, and I doubt it's just the black tea. I'm guessing it's, to some extent, I mean, there you have all the other aspects of your life, but this consistency of meditation practice.
Yeah, no, I think it's been super important. I do think that the discipline that you're talking about is really important, and it is part of it. But again, I think we need to find the right balance for each person. And initially, it's really important to have people invite them to taste this with the lowest possible friction, so that they can really experience the benefit, and then it can gradually progress, and they can harness some discipline, which eventually will be important.
I'd like to talk about online culture and social media just briefly, because I don't want to demonize it. I teach on social media. This will be aired on various online platforms, and clips of it will appear on social media. But I have this sneaking suspicion that by going online, the mind starts to believe this thing that's not true, that if we're not online, either posting or looking at what people post, or both, that somehow will disappear. And it gets to this idea of the anxiety that one feels when you just go into your own mind, and it's chaos in there for so many people. It's chaos in here, and then just learning to sit with that. I think a lot of people go into the world because the chaos of the world can occupy their attention, and then it's not about the chaos that's in them.
Exactly.
Again, I don't want to demonize online platforms, because I use them, I educate on them, I learn from them, and I gain entertainment from them too. But I wonder whether or not the net effect of social media at the internet over the last, let's say, 10 to 15 years has been to trick the mind at an unconscious level into thinking that if we're not on there, we're going to miss out. But it's not FOMO of not, like, we're not going to be included, but that I actually think it may run much deeper than that, that it's that we don't exist, that life is there, and if we're not aware of it, we don't exist. Because I see parents looking at their phones while their kids are running around them, so you can't say, oh, well, this is only, well, if you have kids and you're tending to your kids, and some parents are great parents, but I see a lot of kids that are clearly being, babysat by devices, and the parents will say, listen, it's the only thing that quiets them down and gets them to settle down while I can tend to things, so I can relate. But, what do you think about the idea that the internet, while powerful and can be used for great good, may have convinced billions of human minds that they don't exist if they're not observing or engaging on there?
I mean, I think that that's something super important, and I think, with regard to attention, we talk about two big buckets. One is stimulus captured attention, and the folks who design products online have been really good at capturing our attention, and our attention gets hijacked by that, and it leads to the kind of inference that you're talking about, which is that people feel that they may not exist unless they're online. And I read some survey study that was done within the last year that reported that the average American opens their phone 152 times a day. I think most people would agree they don't need to open their phone 152 times a day. But we do it for those kinds of reasons. And I often say we are all part of a grand experiment for which none of us have provided our informed consent. And I think it's serious. And I think that we don't know what the long-term consequences are going to be, but we do know that the short-term consequences, at least in certain cases, are not very good. And I'm someone who is also, like you, Andrew, a great believer in the potential value of technology. And I believe that technology is basically neutral, and we can use it for the good, and it can be used for harm. But the previous Surgeon General of the United States, who I miss, Vivek Murthy, issued a
Oh, I
health
know him.
advisory in 2023
Vivek Murphy,
on social
Murty.
media. The
I
title
remember
is
him
Social
actually
Media and Youth
on this
Mental
podcast.
Health. And he has
Those people are really
scary
interesting.
data
I've been listening to them like
was
2 years ago. Oh,
reported
that was such a beautiful
that
time.
report.
But I really
Some
remember
of the
many
data
people.
show that the
And I've been
psychiatric
playing Survivalcraft
problems
actually,
in
which is funny.
adolescence scale linearly with the hours of social media consumption per day. And so it is really eroding the mental health of our youth, not to say of our adults too.
Yeah, I think a lot of adults now are hitting the black ice of internet use. Just like even among peers of ours, professionals. I mean, it was wild to see how many people who were chairs of departments, brilliant creators, academics, people from all domains of life, demolished their careers by getting caught up in stuff online and not being thoughtful about what they were posting. You just go, I can't believe it. I mean, they threw away their professional lives with their thumbs. It was wild, right? If you think about it, and this is happening less nowadays, but just people just nuking their careers that they had spent 20, 30 years building. These were very successful, very smart people, but somehow got caught up in it. We see that less, but I do see a lot of people getting into the whole polarization thing to the point where there really is no common ground online. It's impossible. You can't take a nuanced perspective on something. I try. I said, I thought the new food guidelines could afford to include a few more vegetable suggestions and some fermented foods. And like immediately the fact that I didn't completely attack it, right, was I got attacked for that. But then I got attacked for the other side for not completely embracing it. So it's like you can't win.
Yeah.
You can't win.
Yeah.
But getting offline is not an option. It's not an option. And the younger generation has been very clear with me about that. It is not an option. To not be on social media platforms, to not be texting much of the day, is to not exist in the social milieu. And so how do we reconcile that?
Yeah, so these are really complicated issues. I think that, I certainly don't in any way pretend to have the answer, but I do think that we need to take digital hygiene seriously. And we need to figure out ways of, as part of standard school curricula, of educating our youth in how to change their relationship, or how to be, to say it a different way, how to be in healthy relationship with their digital devices and the products and features that are available on those devices. I have the conviction that it's a trainable skill.
Mm-hmm.
But we need, particularly in youth, to start early before they get their first phone.
Is there any evidence that meditation, because it allows somebody to sit with the lactate of the mind, can also afford someone less impulsivity and sort of being less prone to getting hooked by the chaos of the world around them?
Yeah, I don't think there's any hard data on that, but I think it's a great question. I think it's actually empirically tractable. I think it's really worth studying. My conviction is yes, I think it would be helpful, but the data don't exist.
what would an experiment like that look like? I feel like we should run that experiment.
That would be cool. I'd love to collaborate.
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be established in-lab measures of impulsivity.
Yeah, there are good measures of impulsivity. And actually with impulsivity, there are measures that go beyond self-report measures. There are behavioral measures of impulsivity, which may have more validity. And so it would be extremely interesting. And, with device use and with a person's consent, you can actually get back-end data so you don't rely on self-report. So it can be really robust kind of evidence.
The word discipline comes to mind again, and I think so many people, when they hear discipline, they think about doing certain things, waking up at 5, exercising, meditating, eating clean, etc. But to me, the most interesting aspect of discipline are the don't do's.
Yes.
It's all the stuff you don't do.
Exactly.
And, we're in the Winter Olympics now, and I haven't been watching. I like the Summer Olympics, but inevitably, when they do the Olympics, they interview the people who win gold medals, or they'll do a day in the life of, and they'll say, they wake up at 5 a.m. and then they train, and they always want to say, what do they eat? They go, I have 4 eggs in my oatmeal, or whatever it is. What they really need to show is all the things they don't eat, right? Because sure, what they eat is interesting perhaps, but far more relevant to their performance is all the things they don't eat.
Yeah.
It's all the things they're not doing.
Yeah.
And of course that makes for much less entertaining shows, so they don't do that. But I feel like the training that would be so valuable is to train up the no-go response.
Absolutely. One of the things in my own life that I'm very aware of is, and apropos not doing, is not taking out my phone. And I'm very intentionally aware of that. I actually do a little practice of feeling my phone in my pocket. And I really will not take it out unless I actually need it. I remind people when I have meetings at our center, often it's just the cultural habit, particularly with young people, they put their phone on the table. And there are data showing that even if you have all your notifications turned off, the simple presence of the device is enough to impair the interaction in some way, to have a discernible impact.
And cognitive ability. There's this really, I don't know if you've seen this study, it's pretty cool. They looked at cognitive performance, people that had the phone upside down on the table, in their backpack beneath their chair, or in a different room. And only by having it in a different room do you see the normal level of cognitive focus. It's not even